Hi, I'm Stavros and this is Dean O'Brien and we're here from O'Brien Corporate, and we're here today with Rick and Ricky Goodman from our Craigieburn office in the northern suburbs of Melbourne. So it's our furthest north office, and we've finally gone to the north, and we're here to talk to Rick and Ricky about the opening of the office.
So Rick, you've been in real estate since 1992. So can you tell us a bit about your journey through real estate and how it's changed and evolved over the period of time?
I think the fundamentals haven't changed. From my point of view, I started in real estate, as you said, in 1992. Before that, I was a watchmaker and jeweller, so it was a very different industry for me. I went from a captive type audience where we were in either a shop or a workshop where people were coming to us. So it was a repetitive trade. So the real estate industry is about getting out there, meeting new people. Obviously that hasn't changed much at all. My journey has always been, I've always worked in the northern suburbs. I started in Pascoe Vale South with a fairly large group at the time then called EJ Doherty. I worked with them for a few years and went to an Essendon agent for a few years. Then I went back to what became Barry Plant Doherty. Got involved in a few offices there and left there in 2011, had a stint with another group, and here we are today with O'Brien, and really excited about the next chapter, which is good. Part two of your question with what's changed, and the industry I don't think has changed in a people perspective. I think people still like that face-to-face personalised service. But one thing I've seen that's really changed in my time has been, one, the professionalism of the industry. I think gone are the days when I started, it was, there's a key for the front door, there's an alarm code, that's your desk, here's a diary, go and make some money.
It's a bit terrible, that, wasn't it? Like, I started in 2001, and that was exactly, there was a desk, a telephone and a reverse directory, and going out and make it happen.
Yeah, and that was pretty much the way it was. Where now businesses, I think, are a lot more structured, there's a lot more training, but by the same token, there's a lot more corporate trainers out there than there used to be. You just couldn't find any back in the early 90s. There was really no one around.
It's good that we actually are acknowledging the professionalism, because it is such a significant growth in our industry. And as you say, the professional trainers weren't there, but even probably 10 years ago, they weren't actually there as much as they are now. Yeah. And the ability to actually have a real high level professional industry has become so much easier, I would feel. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. I think it's good for the public, it's good for the people within the industry. I think it's great, and I think constant training keeps you sharp, keeps you knowing, sort of keeps you at the forefront, I guess, as much as anything else.
Ricky, welcome to O'Brien Real Estate.
Thank you. Thanks.
Now, Ricky, you're the son of Rick.
Yes.
It's a bit of a family affair up in Craigieburn, and I just want to point out that you've just had the third generation. You're the second generation real estate agent. You've just had given birth to your daughter.
Yeah, little Audrey.
Audrey, yeah.
Came along 6 weeks ago.
Congratulations. That's the third generation. It is a bit of a family affair at Craigieburn. How do you think that translates to your customers?
I think it translates really well. I mean, when you're selling a home, it's generally a family home, so they want to entrust it with somebody that they can trust. And coming from a family business, it's quite easy to portray that and to get that across to people that we are trustworthy, and you can actually trust us. I mean, investment property, it's a bit harder, but everyone loves a family business, which is always good.
Have you come across any clients that actually have dealt with your father and now they're dealing with you?
A couple. I generally get phone calls, people just thinking that they know me, and it's actually they're looking for Dad. So, but yeah, obviously because he's worked in Craigieburn since '92. I mean, I grew up in Craigieburn, so most people know the difference, but there are a few people that have dealt with Dad and that rather dealing with me.
Well, they probably see you on the website and think, geez, Rick, you haven't aged at all. So.
We'll talk about that actually, Rick, while you're there.
I'm getting taller.
Yeah, no, that's probably not happened to a lot of us. But the luxury at the moment, you not only changed brand with us and you had a fantastic opening the other night, but you also changed office. How does that feel? Because where you were before was sort of tucked away, now you've got a nice, bright new office, and how does that look like for you guys? And what's the vision for that office?
It's fantastic to have moved. We were very restricted where we were before. We were in a tiny office, and the decision when we secured the new office, that was when we really started seriously looking at rebranding. And it's a breath of fresh air for us. It's a really nice working environment, and I think when people are in a bright, nice environment, they work better. We work well as a team anyway. The team are fantastic. They're very supportive of each other. We've got a very small sales team at the moment. There's only Ricky, myself, and one other salesman at the moment. But that was more because we just didn't have physically the space for anybody else.
It's important, isn't it?
So yeah, to facilitate growth, which is what we want, we needed more space, and to go to a brand new environment it's really quite exciting. It's fresh. It's really a great thing for us to do, and I think it's probably easier to attract quality people when you have a nice environment.
Obviously, it's a landmark position, isn't it? It stands out where you are. It's great coming in and out of town. It's you certainly can't miss it. And the pictures, by all accounts, pretty bright at night too as well.
Yeah, you don't stand under the lights, you'll get burned on your neck, I think.
Now, guys, look, you're both O'Brien accredited auctioneers. Now, who's ahead on clearance rates? Who's leading the way at the moment?
That'd be Ricky. Yeah, Ricky for sure, because every time he's got one that he thinks he's going to struggle with, he'll handball it to me to do.
That's very smart, Ricky. So
Gotta look after it.
keep up the clearance
That's
rates.
it.
Talking about that, how many have you called in your career, Rick?
Mate, I don't know, probably somewhere between 1,500 and 2,000 probably.
Wow.
I lost track years ago, but yeah, quite a lot.
Yeah, and yourself, Ricky?
I've done about 25 now.
Okay, so your clearance rate's at 25 out of 25?
24. I did someone else's when Dad was sick.
Okay, you couldn't palm that off.
Didn't want to, but yeah, did someone else's and knew it was going to fail and had to do it.
You actually, sorry about that, we're talking about auctions because you had a good one there, didn't it, with the crest at Atwood? Yeah, so it's quite a unique area because we often see the northern suburbs as maybe a private sale internally in the city, but you guys are heavily dominated. Do you want to tell us about that auction at the crest?
That was, we've sold several in the crest. That was the third one this year. It was a really nice property, fully renovated. The crest is a complex of about 46, I think, townhouses. The highest price up until 2 weeks ago was 635,000, I think, was the highest selling price. And I didn't see that, but by all accounts, it was very nice. We got 790,000 for one. So,
and it's funny, isn't it? Based on a traditional private sale, that's going to be very hard to achieve.
But the good thing that came out of that, though, we got a great result there. We had a huge crowd. But Ricky and Brendan listed another one off the back of that one because we got such a great result, and sold another one to the underbidder only Monday this week for 765, unrenovated. So that, in context, that makes probably the renovated one almost a bargain, I guess, when you think that they'd probably, I'm guessing they probably put 120,000 or so into the property, and the guys have just sold one now that hasn't had that done for only 25,000-30,000 less. So that was an equally good result, I thought.
Well done, congratulations.
Understanding the auction process, Ricky, I know your dad's done 1,500, 2,000 auctions, but you're the new face now coming through. You're the future of the business. Understanding the auction process, how do you believe that gets the best price?
Yes.
Yep. And why?
I mean, you're driving that competition between people, and people's blood starts to boil, and they get excited on auction day, and It's always going to draw the best price. I mean, I've never known a private sale market, a predominantly private sale market. I've always been in an auction market that strives on auctions. I mean, Craigieburn, when I first started, you could still do them. They weren't going great, but Gladstone Park area of West Meadows, which is where I pretty much started, it was all auctions. So I saw the benefit straight away from auctions, just putting a time restraint on it. Obviously, you're trying to quote that a little bit lower instead of quoting above what it's worth, instead of scaring people off. So there's no comparables when you're talking price.
Is it all about the day? Is it all about the day, or is it the preparation behind it? It's the lead up. Okay.
If you've got a house that's worth 800 and you're quoting 850, you're not going to get anyone there, because they're going to expect that you are going to be wanting at least 850. So it's all about lead up, and it's all about the
promotion.
The 3.5 weeks that's leading up to it.
Yeah. Well, they say people get more excited about getting the Sunday paper because of the auction clearance rates, but no one actually goes to the paper and to look at the private sale clearance rates, because there isn't one. So there you go.
Yeah, well, it's hard to track that, isn't it?
It's very hard to measure.
Well, guys, we're going to finish up here now. Thank you for your time. Welcome on board from OBrien Real Estate. We are so excited to have someone of your calibre, Rick, and new Ricky, that's the new face and all that. It's absolutely an honour to be part of our team and our family, and we're really looking forward to seeing that office out there in the northern suburbs to be number one. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks.